Good morning, folks. Welcome to the channel. I haven't done a video in a couple of days. The reason being I'm getting bored with it, to be honest. Just talking about just how rubbish things are. People don't want to hear it. Do you know what I mean? It's negative, it's uninspiring, it puts you in a downer, and I'm falling into the trap of people that I criticised in earlier videos on my channel. People like Douglas Murray, who just spout off endless truisms but never seem to offer any real solutions with any meat on the bones. Do you know what I mean? How we can actually make our lives better. It's just spouting bad news, bad news, bad news. Now, I watched a video by a guy I follow called Paul Thorpe, and he's in the same position here. He's just sick of just spouting off a like commentary on things that are going wrong and bad news, and he's a bit despondent. Well, not a bit. He's very despondent about the fact that the people on the right can't seem to come together and unite. It's a fragmentation. It's fragmented basically, and it means that we've got no chance of getting into Westminster. If you believe that's even a viable alternative to change things, I don't. But again, I don't want to go into a big spiel, right? But basically, the parties on the right, you've got the what ones? You've got the major ones, Reform, that Paul Thorpe keeps banging the drum of now, saying that that the only viable alternative. You've got Restore Britain, Rupert Lowe. The other one, Advance UK, they seem to have kind of fallen off a cliff now. The guy Ben Habib, that was running that, and you've got what's the other one, UKIP, which is Nick Tenconi, and that's kind of not doing anything really either. So you've got these right wing parties, and they're not even making a dent in anything basically. So Paul Thorpe was going on about how Andy Burnham is probably going to lead Labour to another victory in the next election, so we've got that to look forward to. Although, I mean, he's just banging on about how dangerous he is and that, but he's one of the policies I think that's actually he's I think he's maybe trying to do some things positive, like he's cut the VAT rate on pubs and clubs, right? I think that's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Getting people back into the pubs and having a pint to unwind and all that. That's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? With regards to like other things like immigration and all that, we'll just need to wait and see, right? If it's really going to be as dire as what happened under Keir Starmer. Do you know what I mean? But I think I don't know. I mean, Burnham, he seems like a likeable guy, do you know what I mean? And I think that's a breath of fresh air in itself. Keir Starmer was a robot. He was a complete and utter robot. There was no likeable or no relatable qualities about the guy whatsoever. You might as well have got a robot, like a replica robot to roll out, do you know what I mean? And give it like, we are going to increase taxes. Do you know what I mean? Like you might, like, at least with Andy Burnham, there's something relatable about the guy. Do you know what I mean? Whether or not he's the Trojan horse that Paul Thorpe thinks he is, and that he's going to be a complete disaster and all that, I don't know yet. Do you know what I mean? Because I really don't know enough about the guy. But things like reducing the rates on the business rates on the pubs and clubs, if that can get more people into pubs and clubs and enjoying themselves and able to unwind and all that, do you know what I mean? It's all about, like, that's what life's about. We don't exist on this planet just to work. You need to be able to enjoy yourself and all that as well. Have a beer like now and then. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's the other thing that Burnham said he was going to do? Cap bus fares or something? I don't know. Well, if that helps people travel about and all that otherwise we're struggling to do so, that's a positive. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to think of positive things here. Do you know what I mean? But we just need to see how things go. But just harping on about problems and all that, and talking about the boats and all the boats. And there was that thing about that boy Cody Harper that I was going to talk about, but very briefly, the charges were dropped. The cop that charged at him, and he flailed or whatever, and then they were like, "Oh, assaulting a police officer." But those charges get dropped, and like I think if it hadn't been for the guy the audits guy that recorded the video in the first place, he might have been in a bit of bother. But anyway, like I don't really know what else to say about that I haven't already said about the police. I don't really want to go into bashing them in this video just because it's negative. Do you know what I mean? And it's we all know how things are, but we're going to have to think of ways that we can try and like improve the energy. And I don't know, I don't know what the answer is here, right? But we just kind of keep moaning about things. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just thought I'd check back in with you guys if for the few people, like the 10 people, I feel lucky that's going to watch this. Anyway, thank you very much for your time, and try and stay positive and make the most of every day. Cheers.